Welcome everyone to the show, the coolest show on the planet. I am your co-host Corey Roy, along with my colleagues, my partners in crime, Phenom 202 and Hollywood DA. And look, you guys have seen the topic. You know it's time to discuss, and this is one hell of a topic that we're quite excited to get into. Who it is, John Wick versus Jason Bourne. Who's going to come out on top? We will discuss this topic in depth. But first, I got to get to the crew. Phenom 202, what say you?
Phenom 202, D-Day representative. This is a great topic tonight. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be great, man. I'm excited. You know what? I think I'm a little low, but this topic's going to pick me up because I'm anticipating next week, yo. Next week's going to be a big week, yo. We get to see each other in person. We haven't seen each other in person.
That's right.
Couple months, man. You know what I'm saying?
It's gonna be good, man. Yeah, that's right. We'll be getting together. The band's getting all together next week out in Las Vegas.
Yeah, and it's funny though when I say Phenom 202 DJ representative, DDA will be in the building, yo. So all of us gonna be, majority of us. I would say like 11, 12 of us.
Yeah, it's gonna be deep. It's gonna be a lot of us.
Yeah. All brotherhood right there, yo.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm definitely ready for next week. Vegas is definitely. I haven't been to Vegas in such a long time. The last time I went to Vegas was when Keanu got married. You know, was you out there, Phenom? I don't know. Was you?
I was there. I was there.
Yeah. Me and Corey, we had a room together.
Yeah, we had a room together.
Either one of us is in the room, yo. It was a crazy time. It was crazy times. I'll go ahead and tell it myself, man, because this one I was like, yo, I don't need to go back to Vegas, man. So we went to the club. Remember, we went to the club that night, Corey? Yo, I mean, we went out every night pretty much, but the club one night, it was crazy, yo, because, you know, of course, Dre was there and everything, so you know what that meant. It was like section, boom, boom, partying. So I get tired, yo. The club, we was at the Aria. The club was in the Aria, like the
club was in the Aria. It was one of the popular clubs on the Strip. The Aria was one of the newest.
At that time. Yeah,
at the time.
Yeah, that's how you know it was a while. It was a while ago.
It was a while ago. Damn.
We were staying in the Aria too, so I was like, man, I'm about to go upstairs. I'm tired, whatever. I just leave. I just dipped out. I don't even know if there's some people's like, they didn't even know I left. I was like, bro, I'm leaving.
I didn't know you left either.
And then I was like, yo, let me just go outside for a little bit, because I just need some air. Dog, I went outside. I sat on the bench. A motherfucker fell asleep on the bench. Dead ass, yo. I could have been robbed, mugged, all types of shit. I woke up. It was motherfucking sun out. I said, what the hell is going on here? Let me scurry my ass upstairs.
You know what? I would be surprised if you didn't fall asleep in our places all the time, yo. Man, one time me, Ali, Tone went out somewhere, and Sam, we was out like Norfolk somewhere. We pulled up. Ollie was sleeping in the car. We didn't even wake him up, yo. He slept all night. That's when y'all stayed out. You and Tone had a spot out Norfolk.
Oh yeah. That's what I was just like, yo. I was tired. I was like, let me carry my ass upstairs. I was like, no, let me get some fresh air before I get upstairs. I sit on that bitch.
You lucky, man.
I woke up.
Did you say somebody tried to give you change?
Yeah, I know. Probably somebody threw a couple of dollars on me. I guess the one good thing,
will be harvested. Yo.
I was at a hotel, so maybe you know, that was the good thing. It wasn't like I was out and about.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be different if you fall asleep and you had a special set of skills, yo, that protect you. You know what I'm saying? But these gentlemen we about to talk about, I have particular sets of skills, yo. Love it.
So let's go ahead, Ali.
No, I was just saying I might be able to take one of them. Go ahead.
Well, before we start, I want to set some parameters on this, yo, because we have to throw this out there. This is not saying which franchise, like who can beat who. I mean, that's debatable all day. We're gonna set some ground rules. We love these franchises. You know what I'm saying? I think they're both franchises. And, I see some people in the comments sprinkling other franchises that we might tap on. Mainly we're going to talk about Wick versus Bourne. But let's start off with this show. Raise your hand if you saw John Wick when it first came out. That'd be me and Ali.
Yeah, I saw.
When 2 came out, did you watch it when it first came out? Yeah, me and Ali.
Yeah, I went to the theater by myself.
Came out.
Yeah.
Who watched it? Me and Ali. Corey was so late to this motherfucker. We bullied Corey into watching John Wick, and we lit his ass up for a good 30 minutes about how he didn't watch John Wick, yo.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna kick it off with you, Corey. What was your first impression? First of all, why didn't you watch it? Second, what was your overall impression of it?
You know, he's right. By the time it was sad, I had not watched 1, 2, or 3 by the time these guys, and each of them were like, what the hell is your problem? Like, why have you not even attempted to watch John Wick? So the reason why I hadn't watched it only was because I just didn't get to it. I didn't think it was bad. And, you know, I just didn't have anybody around me tell me, yo, you got to check this shit out. And that's really what it was.
Yeah,
you know,
that's
I had
crazy.
never actually went to the movie theater
You need a better friend circle.
and checked it out. I never saw it was bad. The trailers look awesome, but I was like, you know, do I really want to go to the movie theaters? And I think a lot of it had to do, I was so much into Marvel and the cinematic universe. I just was kind of focused on that. And I just never thought about getting into the Wick first. So I finally saw, I'm not even gonna lie, I binged 1, 2, and 3. Once I saw the first one, I bought the other 2 because luckily the first one I saw was free, and I had to buy the other 2. I immediately bought the other 2 and 3, and I watched them all in like a weekend. And probably I watched them all. I loved it. I absolutely loved. Thought it was fantastic. I saw the whole thing about, because I thought it was kind of funny where everybody said he goes on this killing spree over a dog. And I was like, over a dog? I always like, what the fuck, yo? But when I finally watched it, I understood. And I really got a good sense of how bad Keanu Reeves is with his guns.
Acting?
And mixing it in with the martial arts. Fucking badass, yo.
No, I said acting. We see how bad he is. I mean, Wick is perfect for him, but his acting. Go ahead.
Wick is perfect for Keanu, yeah. This, when I think of John Wick, I'm thinking of Keanu Reeves. Nobody else can play this. He's going to play this character till the day he died. He is John Wick. It's perfect for him. The way that he was with the guns and the martial arts and the choreography, and he mixed it in, and they call it what, gun fu. That shit is fire. So I loved it, and I'm so glad we're able to talk about it, so I could finally let people know why I enjoy this franchise as much as I enjoy the Bourne franchise, because I really like that one too. Okay. So let's kick it off, man. Let's go to y'all guys. What are y'all thoughts about
I'll kick it to O first, yo.
Well, I mean, you said you had parameters.
I mean, parameters is we can't say, I don't want to say, you know, for the parameters are we love these franchises. So whatever critiques we have, whether we get praise or some parts was that we didn't really like or we just liked everything, it's not that kind of comparison. It's more so which one we enjoy better. Like, I already know I'm team Wick, Ollie's team Bourne. We've had these discussions before. I have a fucking John Wick poster sitting right here. I'm looking at him. He's sitting right here because I love this franchise so much. I mean, from the storyline, like you said, from him killing the dog, his dog getting killed, he just wanted to be retired. They stole his car. And Theon Greyjoy from Game of Thrones is a super sucker again, yo. Like everything he is, like he's a super sucker, yo.
I forgot that he was in that. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, Theon, yo. He always getting his fucking balls cut off. He got basically because in reality, he got his balls cut off there in Game of Thrones, and here kind of the same because that motherfucker was scared to leave the house. So I ain't gonna get on Bourne just yet. We can go ahead and talk about Wick. I mean, like Wick is crazy. As you said, I mean, just the movie itself. The first one was something I hadn't really seen in really a minute because I've seen some good action movies with good fighting, something like The Raid or what have you. But like this is, Corey said, the gun fu, like with just the shooting, boom, boom, straight headshot, headshot. It was crazy. So the first one, like it blew my mind, and I was like, oh shit. And it's crazy, like Corey said, it was all over the dog. Yeah, why they fuck with the dog? Why they have to, stole his car, killed his dog, and it was on. He was like, "Yo, y'all don't make me go back to this life I ain't want to live." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I just like Baba. That was his name, right?
Baba Yaga.
Baba
Yeah,
Yaga.
Baba Yaga was his name.
Yeah, so
Boogeyman.
like once he came back, the word got out. It was quick too. The word got out. Boom. Motherfuckers like, oh man, this motherfucker here. Like,
look, honestly, you have got to be this shit when everybody in the assassin nation or world calls you Baba Yaga, which means the boogeyman. That's you got to be the shit. And we.
But the funny thing about it is, kind of go on that. All right, couple points. A, you don't fuck with nobody in public because you never know who they are. You know what I'm saying? That's a rule of life I live by. I don't be mean to people because I don't know they're gonna go to the trunk. whatever. That's just me. I want to get on my.
You're right, though. Right. It's crazy. You're right.
You know what I'm saying? Then you got, him getting beat up in his crib, stole his whip. He goes to see John Leguizamo, and these are my John Wick core unit impressionists. But this is what he goes. He calls John Leguizamo. He said, "Is it there?" That's all he said, yo. It's about his car.
It's funny because John, he didn't want to be one to answer. Like every time Wick asks him a question, I gotta see what Leguizamo. I can't never say his name. Leguizamo.
John Leguizamo.
Yeah, he's a great actor, yo. But every time he got asked a question, he'd be like, yeah. No, John. He's like, ask him something else. He'd be like, he's just the pain on his face. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's like, man, I do not want to answer these questions. I know if I don't tell the truth, it ain't about answering it wrong. It's just like, if I don't tell the truth, this motherfucker's gonna come murder me and everybody I love. You know what I mean? It's all, it's
you gonna know. Everything about John Leguizamo knew too, because when Theon walked up in there with the car, he's like, clean title and all this shit. He's like, we get that car from. He said, some sucker or whatever, and he smacked the shit out of him. He's like, oh,
I know he smacked the boss's son. He smacked the shit.
You not scared of the balls. You scared of more of John Wick than the balls.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then his pops.
I forgot about that part.
His pops, he said, he called John. He said, yo, you smacked my son? He was like, yeah, he stole John Wick's car. He's like, oh.
Okay. Yeah, I know that. That's exactly what he did too. He's like, oh, what the fuck?
He didn't say goodbye. He's like, oh. You know what I'm saying? Son come there, like, what's up, Dad? What's up? Dad give him a little drink. Dad starts smacking him up.
Yeah.
He was like, yo, you just killed John Wick. Baba Yaga. He's like, Boogeyman. He's like, no, that's the man we send to kill the Boogeyman, yo.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's the whole, and that's all before any action even popped off.
That's true. They start building this aura of who this guy is before you really even know who he is, because prior to that, he's chill, he's at home, he's with his dog. It's very relaxed until he has to go on the killing spree because he's pissed off. That's I love it. Let me ask y'all a question. Who do you think would win in hand-to-hand combat between John Wick and Jason Bourne?
I don't even think that's close. What do you mean? That ain't close, yo. No, Bourne and hand-to-hand without no guns?
Hand-to-hand combat.
Well, John was fighting without hand-to-hand, yo.
John fights hand-to-hand combat,
yeah,
too.
But, no.
Okay, so Phoenix is thinking John Wick, and you're thinking Bourne. Why you think Bourne, Ollie?
I mean, because Bourne is a motherfucking. First off, we just got he has the advantage off the jump because he's basically a super soldier. He Captain America before Captain America. Yo, they got these boys juiced up. He's what it is, and yes, Bourne. I mean, Wick had these fights, but let's be real, yo. The fighting in John Wick is super, super exaggerated, yo. Like that shit ain't real, yo. A Jason Bourne fight is a real fight. John Wick is like, I can get stabbed 3 times, still be like, no, that's not a Jason Bourne fight is a real fight. Like you get punched in the face, it hurt. Oh shit, like you know what I mean? So Jason Bourne, but that's the difference between the two series to me. I mean, John Wick. I mean, of course, they both like It's their movies, yo, and they both exaggerated. Yeah, Jason Bourne did some crazy shit that like nobody on Earth would ever be able to do. But he's a super soldier. Captain America could do it. He can do it. But John Wick's like, I mean, it's just exaggerated, yo. So I like Bourne in any fight because Bourne is more grounded in reality, and I think he could really whip his ass. Like he could fight.
Okay, I like that. I like that argument. Phenom, man. Who do you think will win in hand-to-hand combat?
John Wick.
I mean, you saying John Wick?
John Wick, his style of fighting always wins, yo. That's why he's like a drunken master, yo. He's really not really technical. He knows how to wrestle. He knows all that stuff. He can beat, anything in the environment he pick up. He can hit you with the belt. You know what I'm saying? He can do that. He can take the gun from you. If it's just hand to hand,
well, he did fuck somebody with a pencil, didn't he?
He did. He killed somebody with a pencil.
Bourne did too, though.
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
But I understand what Ollie's saying though, because this is how the movies diverge. Because Wick is just mass killing. Like that's the entertainment factor. I mean,
that's so. It's crazy you said that, but what you said, I was like, yeah, it is. Yo, put that on the movie poster. Like mass killing.
I want to say John Wick has the most kills in a movie outside of like an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie or some Stallone movie. I can't remember. I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah. Commando had a lot of.
I would agree with
Commando deaths. Yeah, Commando had.
I think John Wick got the most.
Yeah, it might though.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, and I'll tell you why John Wick, in my opinion, is a better franchise. Not by much, but it is. Because
now you're doing a whole different shit, yo. Like,
hold on. Before we get to the franchise,
he always jumping anyway.
I do jump.
Okay. So what's your favorite side of Thanksgiving? Well, it's macaroni and cheese.
Potato pie, yo. That's the best time, yo.
But speaking of pie, Michael Jordan scored 30 points. Like, what the hell are you talking? You jumping, brother.
Dog.
Well,
all right, go ahead.
I'm going to give y'all my thoughts because I came into this not seeing John Wick, and I'm a big Bourne fan, and I like them both equally. So I had to take it from a different perspective. I had to take my like side of it, and I had to look at it from the ground level. Who did I think would actually win in hand-to-hand combat? And I give the edge to Jason Bourne. The reason why I give the edge to Jason Bourne is because it's not to say that Keanu Reeves can't do hand-to-hand combat, but I think that Jason Bourne, like you're saying, he's a super soldier. He's been trained in multiple different styles of fighting, not just martial arts. I mean, boxing, Muay Thai, the list goes on and on. And another thing about Jason Bourne too is he's what's the word I'm looking for? He's he uses the environment to his advantage. Every time I've seen Jason Bourne in a movie, he's used everything around him, and he's quick with it to figure out what to use it as a weapon against somebody. He's taken a pen, a book, a curtain, a towel, from a shower, towel.
He was motherfucking. He was like,
yes. He's done it all, and people can't stop it. Like he will literally take a towel and kill your ass with it. Like Keanu Reeves can't do that. So that's why I think
he can. He fought 3 samurais with a belt, yo. In 3.
Well, Jason Bourne would probably take that belt from him in hand-to-hand combat and start whipping his ass with it. I mean, Jason Bourne is.
Hold up, John Wick is the
evidence
king
of Jason
Bourne. Taking shit from people. Like he disarms people and kills them with their own gun. In all 4 movies.
Jason does too.
Say it again.
I mean, Jason does too. So,
but say it again with their gun though.
We talk. Yeah, I mean, they put but John Wick don't gotta have a gun. He can take the gun from him.
Yeah. This is just hand-to-hand combat question. Like no weapons, 2 guys with just their knuckles and their wits and fighting. I think Jason Bourne would take it because
I think. There's one Jason Bourne fight scene I do like when he fought.
But I was gonna jump into because
when he fought the dude in the bathroom. But that's I think one of the greatest fighting scenes. Yeah.
What was that? The first movie? That was first.
That was in the first movie. That was
the first.
In the first one he fought dude in the
second one.
No.
Oh, that's John Wick.
I'm sorry.
Oh yeah. Oh, the library scene.
Yeah, he fought dude.
I'm sorry, I hit a button. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
Oh, no, you good. But what I was gonna say is we talked about like John Wick, the first John Wick. Let's start the first Born Identity, like we know what it is. Loses memory, tried to kill somebody, tried to kill Adebisi, tried to take Adebisi out. Didn't happen, get shot, loses joint, his memory, whatever. Right? We ain't gonna go over the whole plot of the whole movie. But just from the get-go, you gotta think, he didn't even have all his wits about him yet, man. He out here in the streets surviving just off of instinct. That's what my man, he notices like the little shits. Like, all right, I'm in this line.
He has a photographic memory. That's true. He does.
But and like he look at this line, he sees somebody just over here twitching a little bit. He sees it, like, you know what I mean? He knows he can. It's almost like he can see the future just off the way you're moving, like your actions. You know what I mean? Like he's like, oh. I see you sniffling, he about to sneeze. Hachi! You know what I mean? Oh, okay, your ass. So you sneeze like hachi, he already grabbed you, So, but Bourne Identity, and then his first real fight. Of course they went to all stuff. He escaped out, like the I didn't call it DMV, wherever he was when he was first hit land.
Oh yeah.
He was trying to capture him. The embassy, what have you? He escaped the embassy, climbing out on walls. Like, I ain't seen John Wick do that just yet either. Like, your boy Bourne jumped out the window, scaled some walls, and all types of shit. But his first fight, when he was fighting the other,
John Wick ain't scaling no walls.
Yeah, when he was fighting the first assassinate that tried to get him in the apartment.
Yep.
Now it's like, that's what I knew. That was some good fighting, a good hand-to-hand fight. Yeah, he might have took him.
That was the one with the pen.
Yeah. When dude was when he was like Bourne beat him. He was like Jason Bourne beat him. He jumped out the window because he didn't want to
jump. He jumped. That's the one with the pen.
Because he didn't want to go with no info. But that was one of to me, like, especially I was like, oh shit, this is some real hand to hand. And Matt Damon surprised me. Like I was like, oh, he doing some real like, like, you know what I mean? It was like crazy. So.
That shit was dope. Yeah, this one with the pen. When he gets him with that, oh my god, that was a fantastic scene right there.
God damn, look how young he is, yo.
Yeah, let's go back to that. Let's do that again. Hold on.
Yeah.
Yo, he's looking mad. He do look mad.
This movie came out.
That was 02.
Was it 02? God damn. 22 years ago. I'm sorry. It is 02. 22 years ago, yo. So, Bourne, he was crazy with it, man. And I
agree.
think
I give it.
He's a lot more
edge to Jason Bourne. Yeah,
he's a lot more strategic. But we'll talk about that later on too. But
so which one do y'all think was better? One or Jason Bourne,
John Wick one, or Bourne Identity, or John Wick?
Bourne Identity or John Wick one?
That's a tough one for me.
Well, you said the parameters. I'll let Corey. Corey probably has some thoughts.
Y'all they're two different styles because one, it really just depends on what you're preferring that day. If you like espionage,
you walk in the house, you flip the channel, you catch John Wick at the beginning, Jason Bourne. Bourne Identity at the beginning. Which one you watch it first?
I'm probably going to watch the first Jason. I'm going to watch Bourne Identity. That's just me personally. But now that I've seen John Wick and I know what he's going to do, Bourne Identity gets at John Wick, the first John Wick, just by a hair. For me, just by a hair. It's not because I like it that much better. It's just because I have more of an identity, no pun intended, with Bourne Identity. I feel more with that than John Wick because I got onto that first than John Wick. That's all.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'll let you go. Yes, you parse the question, Phenom. I'll let you answer last. I'm gonna say Bourne. Because honestly, John Wick is a great movie. I enjoyed the movie, but I enjoyed the movie for what it is, and I like the movie a lot. So please don't come at me, Phenom. I already set the parameters. So we love all the movies. But let's be real. The first movie it's good, but it's. Really, it's just a setup for him just to kill people, yo. Like, they kill his dog, and all of a sudden, I'm like, I'm murdering everybody. Like, you know what I mean? It's some story behind it, but you don't really get it. You just get it through, like, a couple of flashbacks, him holding the picture like Wolverine in the bed, waving it. You know what Wolverine mean? It's like him just looking at his girl or whatever. You know what I mean? It's not much
Right,
story.
right.
Born Identity is a whole movie, like a movie plot.
Yeah.
Dude, no, like it's shit involved. Like, you know what I mean? Makes you think. So it's definitely Born Identity. Born Identity is crazy.
Yeah, I think this just has more story. That's because
Yeah,
I'm
like
going to
the
get action
story.
both ways. I mean, I'm going to get action. I think Born Identity has more story I can grab onto. Because when I first watched the Born Identity, I was fucking confused as to what was going on. Why did he know all this? And you're going through the movie as he's going through the movie, trying to figure it out.
Figuring out.
And that's what I really like about it. You know, it's not like you already have this omniscient point of view and know what's going on. They take you through the point of view through Bourne. You're figuring everything out the same way he is, and I thought that was just fantastic. That's a
good point. Yeah, like you said,
I mean,
finding out shit. He finding out shit when we find out. We find out when he find out. I mean, you know what I mean? Like it's like, what you got? I didn't like multiple passports because he was going places he didn't know who he was. It was like, he's just seen the name. It's like they're like, hey, Mr. McCain or some shit. He's like, hey, like, hi, that's me. Like, you know what I mean? Some shit.
But they start speaking French to him, and he starts speaking French back. He's like, I don't even know how I knew that. You know, it'd be stuff like that. I'm like, damn, I didn't know he knew that either. So that's
the intriguing part of Jason Bourne, like him trying to figure out who he is and still has his special set of skills to get through and navigate. And I'm gonna push back a little bit when y'all say John Wick. All you needed from John Wick was a reason. You know what I'm saying? To set somebody up, that set him off. That was the plot of the movie. Like, I'm going to get my revenge. It's a revenge flick. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it is kind of apples and oranges, but the watch factor is, you kill my dog, I'm gonna hunt you down. It's like now I'm the hunter, you're the hunted, and now they know. I mean, they try to throw everything at John Wick. You know what I'm saying?
But
like,
I mean, you got listen to what you just said though, man. Like as far as a story, a plot, you kill my dog. Like he ain't like go kill the person, kills his dog. Yo, I'm gonna murder everybody.
But
like,
but it didn't start off that way.
It did. I mean, it was no. I mean, I like Wick. I hate talking bad about it, but I mean, like I said, the only build up, like the only shit you got, it was like from a couple of flashbacks of him and his girl walking on the beach type of shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it won't those stories. Just like, all right. I mean, the plot factor is just like we just need a reason for him to go crazy.
I mean, that's basically it. He was retired. So, and somebody, a chance meetup at a gas station for somebody trying to buy his car, didn't want to, and to go to his house and rob him and kill his dog and take his car. The dog, the dog was more important because that's his wife gave him that dog before she died.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that set him off. So the whole plot is you just go find out who did it and make them pay. But before he can make them pay, they was already trying to kill him because his dad sent people to the crib to kill him first.
To kill him, yeah. While he
John
was asleep.
hung up on him. Yeah. So that's when he started killing people. And then he go to the nightclub and start killing people. Dude kept running away. He go to the church, burn up all his money. He knew where he had to get to. He was trying to get to the guy that killed. He ain't had to do that. He just had to give up his son. He didn't want to give up his son. But he ended up giving his son up anyway and getting killed. You know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you guys another question. Oh, go ahead, Ollie.
No, go ahead.
Let me ask you guys another question. Since the hand-to-hand combat was a good debate, who do you think has better skills when it comes to weapons? That was something else I thought about because they both randomly use weapons, but who do you think would be edged out when it comes to weapons? Whether, I tell you who my pick was, and then I'll go to you guys since I went last. I think John. Go ahead.
Oh no, you just said you tell I'll pick. I thought you said you was gonna go last. My bad. I'm here. Go ahead.
Yeah, I would go first since I went last time.
Yeah.
I think it would be John Wick. Me personally, but by hair. But I think John Wick would edge him out when it comes to the weapons, and the reason why is because of the gun fu. I've never seen anybody do that before. Like literally have a gun while you're fighting, using it as part of your fighting style. Fuck this shit. The gun fu is fantastic. Straight up, the shit is fucking amazing. And I've noticed that John Wick is really good at what do they call them? Bladed weapons, knives, swords, stuff like that. It's fucking. He get a knife in his hand or a sword, it's a wrap. it's a wrap. I mean, he'll fight anybody. And not to say I don't think Jason Bourne can do that, but I haven't seen enough of Jason Bourne to know how he is with guns and knives. Not to say he can't do it, because I know Jason Bourne can snipe somebody from probably 1,000 feet away. I'm sure John Wick could shoot somebody, but I don't know if he could do it that far. But I think John Wick is going to edge him out when it comes to the weapons, because Jason Bourne to me is more of a hand-to-hand combat person, but he will use objects around him as weapons, where John Wick is more going to automatically go for the gun, the blades, and all that kind of stuff. So that's my pick, John Wick.
We'll say you off.
Oh, see, I'm on here. So I'm trying to chat. You go ahead and go.
So I mean, I think it's John Wick hands down, only because like the way he uses his gun, his double taps. He don't, when he kill people, it ain't just one shot. It's overkill. It's 2 shots in the chest and 1 in the head. It's like he's trained to do that. Yeah. Also, you know, all the type of weapons he uses, all the different type of guns he uses. You know what I'm saying? Like in John Wick 2, when he went to the old castle, he had guns stashed everywhere.
Oh my God, yeah.
You know, to do his thing. You know what I'm saying? But Doug, I think Jason Bourne, like I think he's more of like a stealth operator.
Yeah, like a guerrilla warfare type. Guerrilla tactics. Yeah.
So like he'll hide out, he can snipe, espionage, that type of shit.
Yeah.
And John Wick is a bull in the china shop. And when it comes to the guns, I mean, that's what he knows. He knows his guns. He knows all his guns.
Yeah. All his guns, everything from the handgun to the semi-automatic to the automatic, it doesn't matter. He get a gun in his hand, it's a wrap. And John Wick is headshots first.
Yeah.
Very seldom I see him go to the body, but he will.
And the best part of him using his guns is when it's empty, he throws them at you.
I've seen him do that.
Yeah, that is. Now, and they be ducking too.
Yep.
But what y'all go ahead, Corey. My bad.
Well, I was going to say there's one thing, a weapon, not maybe a physical firearm, but it is a weapon that John Wick has, is his suit. He'll use that suit to his advantage to get closer to people in order to fire back. Jason Bourne ain't got no bulletproof suit. So unfortunately, that's Jason Bourne's disadvantage when it comes to weapons and guns and stuff. John Bourne would just go like this all day long and dodge everything like he Batman. But go ahead.
Facts.
No, I was gonna say, as far as with the gunplay, this one I'm gonna say, any type of long distance is definitely Bourne. I don't even think that's even close. Like some sniper shit, this like anything like over anything probably over about
100 yards, 150
Yeah,
yards.
100 yards for sure. I'll say anything like over 50 yards. I mean, but I will say Wick is the man when it comes to the handguns. Like the handgun action he got is motherfucking exquisite. Like, and that motherfucker dance with some things, yo. So he's fire as far as the handguns go and all that. So I would give, the gun advantage to John Wick. I mean, but that's his thing. That's what he is. That's his main. That's what he loves, Joe. So
he's a man of determination.
Now you're giving a gun advantage to him. I was considering weapons. What about like objects, blades, swords, knives? You still get that to John Wick as well?
But no, I mean, if you're talking about this, I don't know. I mean, Jason Bourne ain't like, how many swords we don't see? Like, I mean, let's get into like the Wick shit. Like, come on, yo. Like, ain't nobody out here samurai fighting and shit, yo. I'm gonna shoot you, I'm fight you. Like, ain't nobody walking around with fucking swords. So yeah, I mean, Wick can have
does fight people with knives though. But go ahead. Yeah, you're right.
Knives. You're right. I mean, yeah, I'll say, hand to hand. We already discussed. I already think hand to hand. Bourne would get him.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're talking about swords, samurai swords and shit, some great knight motherfucker, like motherfucking Prince Charming out here fighting dragons and shit. Yeah, you can. Wick can have it, but the chances of you fighting motherfucking samurais is slim to none, yo. That only happens in the John Wick type of world. Right. So, no, I'm good. I'm good on that.
Okay.
Yeah. He can have it. I don't care. That don't affect Jason Bourne's day-to-day life, yo.
Yeah. Ron Johnson says, take away Wick's guns and he's nothing. Take away Bourne's guns and he uses a pen just as good.
Yeah.
Good point. I mean, look.
We saw, I know John Wick killed 3 people with a pencil. So
yeah, that's the
He
legend.
did. That's right.
That's the legend.
The legend. That's it. They said.
But we ain't see it on camera. At least we saw Jason Bourne do it on camera. So we knew.
Well, we did. They did show John Wick kill people with a pencil.
And 3 he did.
one.
And 2.
And 2 he
not
did. The first one though.
Yeah. We ain't going through probably movies back. We ain't enough time to go through all of them.
No, we're over. We're not talking about this John Wick and Bourne Identity. Now it's just the overall. Gotcha. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So it seems like right now we got an even kill as far as when it comes to battles. Another question: who do you think has more allies to use to their advantage, John Wick or Jason Bourne?
Oh, John Wick, because he has the fucking Continental Network.
Yeah,
and think about it, Winston is the man, yo. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I think that's a nice element to the story of John Wick, because you get to see how this network of assassins operate. You never know who. There's a certain kind of rules and regulations to being an assassin. You know what I'm saying? So you go to the Continental, you can't have. There's no business on the Continental grounds. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
Outside of it's a different story. So, but and he also, even with John Wick, the network he had, he was going to different countries, different hotels. Like we went in 2, when he went to Italy, they had a Continental type hotel over there. He got the suits made, he got weaponry, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? But Jason Bourne, he did have stash houses everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So,
but he
was off the grid, but it ain't the same as
I mean, the reason this is even a question, I mean, because Jason Bourne's network was trying to kill him. I mean, Bourne was, if this is pre-identity, like him, like them trying to murder him, I would say like, all right, then we can go with it, because he got the motherfucking government behind him, Black Ops, like, you know what I mean? But he had no network because he was not a person. Like, he wasn't even a real person, Like, he was Dan Webb, or whatever the fuck his name is, Webb something. Like, he wasn't even a real, like, he was disappeared off the earth and was reborn as Jason Bourne. And once those folks was against him, there was no network. His network was Julia Stiles.
Julia Stiles.
She might be able to dance her way. What was that fucking dance movie? Like, she might be able to dance. Say the Last Dance.
Yeah, Say the Last Dance.
When they're doing this shit. That was his network.
Yeah, well, I'm going to call her Julia Files, because she was the secretary. And so she was his connection. There's only one.
Yeah, that was it, yo. So shout out to her, yo. Shout out to her.
I mean, only reason why she
saving inner city schools one dance at a time. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, she was trying to get a scholarship, yo. That's what she's doing, hip hop dance. But even like, she wasn't really an ally at first. You know what I'm saying? She was out to get him with everybody else, so she found out the real story, because he kidnapped her in the train station in Germany.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Was it 2? So I think it was 2. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I think that one had Billy the Butcher was Billy the Butcher was in that one.
Yeah, Butcher.
Butcher was in it.
Yeah, Butcher was in it. He looked young too. I was like, God damn, I don't even remember. Honestly, it's funny. I didn't even put the two together. I've seen this movie 1,000 times, yo. Like, that shit don't even look like his ass to me, yo.
Yeah, he had no beard. He was skinny, athletic.
Yes, skinny, athletic. I was like, yo, that ain't even him, but it was.
I know, it's crazy, but that movie was like, it was a while ago. You don't forget how long ago it was.
That was 2004. That was 20 years ago.
Yeah, that's 20 years ago. God,
and I don't know. And I like 2. I do like Bourne Supremacy or Ultimatum.
Bourne Supremacy.
Supremacy. So I like that one. I like that cat and mouse game, because he was like Butcher was a man of focus too. You know what I'm saying? And he was corrupt, but he was trying to get I like that dynamic. You got to have a villain like that in these movies. So
I got to give it to John Wick when it comes to the allies too. I think if it's pre-Bourne Identity, then I would give the edge more to Bourne. But as far as from the time we know Bourne moving on, then I give the edge to John Wick, because you're right. He has a Continental. He can get guns, all types of weapons. He can get a freshly tailored suit that's bulletproof. Is Larry Fishburne an ex-assassin? I'm not sure.
So what it was is
King of the
story
Bombs.
that he was
Go ahead.
the king of the Boundary.
He was the Bowery King.
Bowery King, that's what it was, yeah. Okay. So John Wick snuck up on him and cut his throat, but made him put pressure on him to make him live. So he knew. You see, that's why nobody ever sneaks up on him. He says. So that was his dynamic. But I like that aspect too, because people who don't have homes, you don't know if they were assassins or not. You know what I'm saying? I like how they were just like sitting there chilling like this, and then John Wick kill somebody, they come cover him up, get him out the way, take him to took him to Larry Fishburne, yo. So his network was big, yo.
Yeah, and Winston, he's an ex-assassin, or is he? I knew he was part of the Continental, but I've watched all the movies, and I can't quite understand where.
I don't know if he was an assassin. I mean, I just think he just ran.
Y'all haven't watched the Continental prequel, have y'all?
I haven't watched the Continental show.
I watched the first episode, and then I kind of fell off quick.
That was the only thing about John Wick I couldn't understand. Who was Winston? He had power.
That's why you got to watch the Continental, because it
was about him and his brother. Yeah, like him. Oh, my bad.
It was like him and his brother. Like Winston was like a scammer. You know what I'm saying? Growing up, his brother got in some trouble, and he went back to his brother. Actually, stole something from Mel Gibson.
Yeah,
and he was on hide, and so they kidnapped. Winston brought him back to New York to find his brother, and then some shit go down. Boom, boom, boom. But I actually like the Continental. I mean, it's different than John Wick as far as there's not as much killing in it, but the last is three parts to it. The third one is when all the killing happened. It got some crazy assassin characters in it. You know what I'm saying? Hotel shit go down. But yeah, it's a good backstory to it. I didn't think I would enjoy it, but it was pretty good.
It's funny. I thought I was going to enjoy it. Not that I didn't like it. I just it just didn't hold my interest.
Yeah. I watched the first episode, and it didn't hold my interest enough to want to watch the second episode. It was
it wasn't that bad. Yeah, it wasn't that it was bad. It was just won't. I
think actually watching John Wick spoiled me, actually, because John Wick is But
that's what I'm saying. You can't go back and watch it with all that action, because the only action is in the third. I mean, there's a couple action scenes, but you also get to see the concierge's backstory too. Because he was like a young kid, like he was he was working for Mel Gibson.
R.P.
Yeah, the black guy that was behind the front.
What's his name?
Lance Reddick.
Yeah, he's always gonna be
his story.
He always gonna be just motherfucking. What's his name in The Wire? I can't even think of his name in The Wire. See, now I'm an asshole. I said he's always gonna be him, but he ain't. But that's always I don't know. I'm just know him as from The Wire.
But he was a cop in The Wire, but I can't remember his name.
Yeah.
I'm looking it up now.
But just in general, like the Continental, it wasn't even about the action though. Like I could watch the story. Like I don't need it. I mean, it's fucking streaming. I ain't expected to be like headshot. It just wasn't. It wasn't even that it was bad. Like I said, it wasn't bad. It just ain't hold my interest. That's all. Mm-hmm. Some shit just don't click sometimes.
Sometimes you got to power through to tie up loose ends, yo.
Now you two guys are. Phoenix is definitely a big John Wick fan. Ollie, you're definitely a big Bourne fan. Out of the franchises, I'll go to each one of y'all. Out of the Bourne franchise, Ollie, is there a particular movie that you really like out of the Bourne franchise? You're like, oh yeah, I can watch that anytime. That's my joint out of all of them.
I like Supremacy, the second one, the best. Like that's just good to me. Especially because he was just trying to chill. They came back. Tried to set him up.
Killed his girl in that one.
Killed his girl, and it was on and popping, yo. And somebody even said one of my favorite lines in the joint, because he came back when he got that, because that's when they introduced Pamela Landy. He came back. It was like, hey, he was in New York. Patty says, I love how Bourne kept tripping Pamela Landy up when they couldn't find him in his phone calls. He's like, get some sleep, Pam. You look tired. Because he used to be like, they were like, where is he? Then they look out the window. They all look out the window like, he's here. Like, what I mean? Scrambling and shit.
They get him with this. Oh, I'm sorry. They get him with this. When he says, look at it, you need some sleep, man. You look calm.
So the second one is definitely is my favorite out of all of them.
I agree with Ollie. Two's the best. I think the storyline was really good because he got out. He was on the beach. and they came and killed his girl, and now he back in the mix again. You know what I'm saying?
Because he talks about that. He said, I was off the grid. He says that, and the guy says, you're never off the grid. I was like, oh, shit. He said, you're never off the grid. I was like, oh, it's on now. Like it clicked. His mind went into a whole different spin on this is never going to end until
I got to take. Yeah, he was like, I got to go to the top
and take them all out. Yeah, that was the line. He said, I was off the grid. He's like, you're never off the grid. And I was like, oh shit, it's on now. But yeah, so let me ask, the second one is my favorite too.
I agree. What's the worst one out of there? I said, which one did you not like the best? I should say. I think all of
that's tough. Okay, if I had to pick one, and this is just because of an actor, I have to pick the one with Jeremy Renner. Not because Jeremy Renner did bad, and I think the movie is good. Okay. So if I'm picking the ones with Matt
Damon, well, for y'all, no, I'm just gonna let you talk.
I liked it, but I liked it way better than people. Because I thought it was a good movie.
It's funny, people always be like, yo, I like it better than what people say, but everybody, it's got good ratings. Like, everybody liked this shit because it was good.
It's good.
Yeah. But if I had to pick one, and I'm just going by my opinion, if I had to pick one, I really like Matt Damon. So if I had to pick one, then I would get rid of the one with Jeremy Renner, Hawkeye. That's the one I would pick. If it's not that I don't like it, I would just have to get rid of that one just because it ain't got Jason Bourne. From me seeing Bourne Identity, I just attached to that. And I was like, this is the guy. I want to see him go through the whole series. So when they inserted Jeremy Renner in, I was like, what? So it kind of threw me off.
I like the transition, though. I mean, I like Jason Bourne gets away and they blame him. You know what I'm saying? Then all that shit starts spiraling.
And all that shit starts happening to him. Yeah.
I would say the movie I didn't like the least. I hated the least. I didn't like
that means you liked it the most, yo. Yeah, you gotta respect.
Yeah, I hated it the least.
The one that was Jason Bourne, the 2016 one was.
Yeah, that shit was trash.
The last one.
Oh, well, not trash. That's harsh. But go ahead.
It was the least side. Okay.
Yeah.
I liked it.
The original. See, that's what I like about the Identity and Wick, because the original ones set the tone for the franchise, and it's kind of hard to top that. But they did, because I think 2. As far as Jason Bourne, I liked it better than 1.
Yeah.
John Wick, I like John Wick 2 better than 1. Not by a lot, but I did because I loved how.
All right, you going to a whole?
All right, go ahead.
No, stay on board, brother. You about to go to a whole tangent.
All right, but we'll wrap up. We'll wrap up Bourne. I'll take mine back because I'll take mine back. It is Jason Bourne.
Jason Bourne,
Jason Bourne. Yeah,
and
the last Bourne.
Ron Johnson says too. Last Bourne was the weakest. The trilogy was solid, and Jeremy Renner came through and was good with that as well. So I mean, and like I said, I earlier the words on my mouth said trash. It wasn't trash. It just was. I was just like, we ain't need to do that one. It just wasn't up to par. To the rest of them, including the Jeremy Renner one. So the Jeremy Renner one is good to me. We'll probably talk about that later on. Well, I will talk about it later on. We'll keep it on point. So I guess
on topic out of the John Wicks.
Yeah.
Which one do y'all think is your favorite? I know which one's my favorite. I liked it. It's hard though, but it beats it out by a little bit. But go ahead, Phenom, since you are really the John Wick.
It's definitely 2. Because I think because after 1, he does his thing with the Russians, and I love going into part 2. He goes to his brother, like the Russian's brother he killed. He's like, "Are we done?" He's like, "Oh, we done. I'm out." You know what I'm saying? But then you start to get the backstory, as in the first one you heard about him doing an impossible job. You didn't know what that job was, and then you figure out what it was, like who he got help from. Called in a favor, killed the sister. He killed the dude's sister. And him and Common go back and forth. You know what I'm saying? And and they try to kill John Wick to top that loose end. So I love that because John Wick now became the hunted again. You know what I'm saying? So I love that dynamic of it. 1 was good because it set up everything, but 2 took it to another level where he was hunted, he became the hunted, and that the last scene of part 2, like Jonathan, what have you done? that was the line of the movie when he killed homeboy in the hotel, yo, on Continental Grounds, yo. So yeah, I think 2 was better, and 4. I like 4, but I'll go with 2.
Okay, Ollie, what about you?
I'll say 2. I agree with 2 is my favorite. So I mean, I just like the story in 2, and like how it was like crazy. Like, dude blew up his house, and you thought John was going crazy, but he was like, "Nope, I got this motherfucking blood oath right here. You owe me a favor, and you can't do shit about it till you do it." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think the second one's good, and then like I'm saying, the common shit, like plus the fight on the subway was super dope. He let them live because they was trying to kill each other, but they respected each other. He was like, yo, John, what's up? He was like, what's up? You working tonight? Yeah. How about you? Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like you know what I mean? They know what it is. So I enjoyed 2 the best. 2 was definitely super fire.
Yeah.
For me, it's odd. I really like 4, but I know I can't like 4 without 2. Because 2 was able to do something that continued the story on in such a way that it expanded the world. It gave us more action, more guns, but more story that allowed us to get 3 and allowed us to get to 4. But something about 4, man, it's just, to me, it's like the end game of the John Wick. Everything comes together to me in 4. The action is off the chain. The stakes are high. There are so many times that I'm thinking it's John Wick. He's going to survive. They had me think at least 4 or 5 times the brother ain't going to make it.
Yeah.
And spoilers if you haven't seen it, he makes it. But does he really? You don't know. And I love that. So it's weird. I would have to give it to 4. But I'm not going to lie. I know it can't be 4 without how powerful 2 was, because 2 is what expanded the world for us to get to 4. So if that makes sense.
All right, and look, we just would go right to the last, like the next question with Bourne. It was like, what's your least favorite? Yo, I'm so surprised because 4 is Corey's favorite. Phenom was like, yo, maybe it's between 2 and 4. I thought 4 was the silliest shit ever.
Really?
Yo. I like it. I mean, I like it as Wick, but it was just too out there, yo. They went too far into the fucking. It turned into a comic book to me, yo. That whole shit is like comic book type shit, yo. And all the like, this nigga gets shot, stabbed, whatever, walking up, climbed up, motherfucking.
He climbed up like 1,000
the wall of China. Like, come on, man. Like, this is getting this is like getting dumb now. Like, even the blind dude was a fly-ass character, but I was like, yo, like this just it literally turned into some Marvel movie shit. And that's why I was like, yeah, I like it, but I know what it is. This was like, if they make another one, and it's crazy, they saying like they don't want to make another one. He's supposed to die. Like Keanu Reeves, like, no, he died. But he didn't. No, nobody saw him die, so you never know. But if they bring it back, it's like some Fast and Furious shit, yo, where they first was just racing cars and this and that. Next thing you know, they're going to outer space, yo. Like, and again, this is not that I don't like 4. I just think, that shit just went. It went to a whole nother realm to me, yo. Like all that shit, like with the friend, and then like when they invaded were they in Japan or wherever he was at?
It was Japan.
Like. That all that saying, it was just too over the top, and I didn't mean over the top like the gun. I mean, it was just like over the top, like
the story or the rules within Wick. Because I thought they stayed within the rules.
I mean, yeah, they're within the.
They set the. When I mean the rules, you know, like
I'm just like, oh, they coming to shoot up a whole hotel and this and that, and like, oh, it just got silly, yo. Like, ain't no police coming. Like,
the police never came in any of the John Wick stuff.
I mean, but before it wasn't as extravagant as it's like it just got bigger and bigger. It's like I said, it's like the Fast and Furious. Like it just keeps being bigger and bigger because what we did this time, we got build on it. Got to make it bigger and bigger and bigger. Oh, he can't get shot once. Now he got to get shot 3 times. And what? He can't walk down the street like before he running down the street with the dog. No, he got to climb 1,000 steps. Like it's just, and that doesn't mean I like Fast and Furious, yo. Like I'm one of the few that still like Fast because I know what it is. It's just it is what it, like I go into it expecting it, and that's what I'm gonna get. And now it's to the point with John Wick. If they were ever to make another one, I'm going into it. I already know what it is. It's gonna be just a lot of murder, and it's gonna be silliness. And I think 4 kind of jumped the shark to me. That's
what
my
do you think
opinion.
about that, Phenom?
I mean, I actually I think 3 gave us 4 because we needed that. Because if you remember in 3, he went to Winston, and Winston kicked his ass over the thing, and you know what I'm saying? Because Winston said, "I want to keep my hotel." He made a deal with the high table to keep his hotel and threw John over. So 4 was like when he fell to the Bowery, he's like, "Are you mad, John?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm mad." And then they go into 4.
But that's what I'm saying. Oh, go ahead. Oh my bad. Go ahead.
The reason why I like 4 is because you needed to know John was going to start attacking the high table. And that was just another craziness that John's like, I'm not going to let this shit slide. You know what I'm saying? With the dog shit. And now y'all try to kill me. He got double crossed by Winston. I'm going ham. I'm going crazy. And now he has an ally with, was Larry Fishburne.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was over the top. I thought him going, because even though he was excommunicado, he still had people that fuck with him. So that's why he went to Japan. You know what I'm saying, to rock with him, and they tried to hide him, but High Table was like, nah. And I like Bill Skarsgård as the best villain. Like the dude, he was crazy as shit the whole movie.
He was crazy in 4.
You know what I'm saying? And the way he talked, he killed homeboy in the lobby for no reason. Well, he killed him because Winston. You know what I'm saying? He had to kill him. But I didn't think 4 was bad. I like all the fight scenes. I like the blind guy. I like when he went to Germany to meet with his half sister or whatever. And she said, only way he will let you back in the family, you got to kill the dude that killed my pops or whatever. I like that scene. I mean, it was, and even with the step scene,
he had to cut off.
He was racing to the top. Yeah, he was racing to the top because he had to be up there before the sun up.
Before the sun come up.
He kicked his ass down there, but the black dude became an ally because the dude shot his dog. You know what I'm saying? So, and then the Asian dude was like, "Nah, we're gonna do this right." So he had 2 allies helping him get back to the top. So I didn't think it was far-fetched.
Yeah, I agree with you, Phenom. I didn't think it was.
It's funny.
I thought it stayed within the rules.
All the shit he named just made it. Just let me know how much over the top it was. So shout out to because we were talking earlier about I said Jason Bourne could climb walls. Isabel, like I said, John Wick jumps for buildings. Have you seen 4? No, I seen John Wick get shot. He didn't throw him over the building, Phenom. Winston shot him, and he fell off a 20-story building and lived. Boom.
Good point.
Then it's like, I like the scene. Like, you got to go kill the dude that killed my pops. But this motherfucking fat dude, the fat dude at the table, just like it's comic book shit.
And he got busy. It was a good ass fight scene.
I'm not even mad at that. I'm talking about the character, the fat dude at the table. I'm not even mad at it, But it just jumped the shark. It went from one thing to another thing, It went from just like some Russians to now you got motherfucking the fat dude. That was straight out of a
bastard
yes, that was straight. Get in my belly. That was straight out of a fucking Batman movie. And I'm not talking about the Dark Knight. I'm talking about motherfucking wham. Pow, kazow! Like that's the character was straight out of a.
Oh man!
See what happens next week? Like, come on! Like it jumped the shark, And again, I like it, but I know it's not the same. 4 was. All the shit you named off was just more shit that I was just like, yeah, this shit was silly. But I can like silly.
I mean, you make good points, though. You make great points. The fat guy, it does remind. I mean, there is some, but I didn't feel that though. I mean, because to me, I feel like the Fast and the Furious keeps bending the rules. Like they initially started with a set of rules within that universe that were very realistic, then by the time you get to 5, all of a sudden they're super soldiers. They're using the car to jump off. The rules bend every movie way more.
So John Wick could get shot and fall off a 20-story building and live.
Okay, now that part I don't understand. You're right. I don't understand that part. Because see, that did happen. But I'm talking about at least the fighting and him having to fight a bunch of those still all within the Wickverse. I mean, that's nothing different that I've never seen. And it's not like he gets now. The only thing that's different is he gets shot more.
But he got shot a bunch of times.
But he's got the bulletproof suit. I mean,
I let it roll.
But I feel you. If my mind can suspend disbelief that this bulletproof suit is going to stop bullets in 1, I gotta believe it in 4. I mean, that's the way I look at it. Like, I gotta suspend my disbelief. It did it in 1, so it got to do it in 4. I mean, that's just the way I look at it. But okay,
yeah, actually, the dude that played in John Wick, that was in the fat suit, he was in Bourne as well.
Y'all remember this scene? You know, this is very interesting that Ron brought this up. Nothing tops Bourne jumping through the window of the building into the next building.
Yeah,
facts.
That's what he fought to do. Because he was chasing the dude he was chasing Save the Last Dance, Julia Stiles.
Yeah,
and that's when he jumped through the thing.
Right, isn't that where they're fighting in the bathroom too and all that?
But this
that's one of the best scenes ever.
That was crazy.
You know that so many people use that action scene like in so many movies now. They just take that shit. But go ahead, Al.
No, I was gonna say, even though it's crazy, like like you jumped out the window tonight. I would. Was this the reason I fuck with Bourne? Because guess what? If this was John Wick, he would have jumped from the 3rd floor to the 4th floor. You know what I mean? It would be like him jump Superman style. Oh, I jumped up. Oh, like at least with
Bourne,
never
happened at the end of the John Wick.
I'm just saying. At least Bourne was doing some crazy shit. It was a down. He's like, you know what I mean? He jumped down. Like, all right, yo, we can't have this dude motherfucking Superman style. Like he jumped down. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because John Wick would have went from 3rd to the 4th.
But that's part of John Wick's character, though. He was never like a clean fighter. He wasn't a clean. Like he was rough around the edges. That made his character.
What's that have to do with him doing Superman?
No, what I'm saying is like,
floor?
What I'm saying is, you said jumping from 3rd to the 4th. That never happens. Like he always gets beaten down. Like he wins, but he doesn't. He always takes.
Who are you talking about? I'm talking about Jason Bourne.
About Superman.
No, I said Jason Bourne in the movie when he jumps through the window. He's jumping from a higher floor to a lower floor.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, if they did that in a John Wick movie, they would have made this nigga Superman and him jumping from a 3rd floor through a 4th floor window. Like, he would have been, or at least the 3rd to the 3rd. He would have went straight across. Like, that doesn't happen in real life. Like, Bourne was like, all right, I got to jump. I'm going to go down into the window. Like, no, he's not. Even though he's the super soldier, he ain't that super. Like, he's a super soldier, but not Superman. That's what I'm saying is they would have made John Wick Superman if they would have wrote that into a movie. That's the difference.
So I would say this, or even on that scene, that to your point, you think that shit is realistic that he can jump from the top of a roof and get right into that window at the right time to whip his ass?
It wasn't from the top of the roof. And no, I don't think it's realistic. I pointed that out from the beginning.
Right.
And I just said that at least they want him going down. Like I said, in John Wick, he would have went up. That's all I'm saying.
John Wick never went up. John Wick walks up steps. He has a hard time getting up steps.
After getting shot 20 times.
Yeah. It takes more punishment to him, yo. That's what I'm saying. But I mean, that's the thing. Like, these movies are what they are. What I'm saying, yes, that we know the apple and oranges. John Wick, he just mows through people, and Jason Bourne is more spy hunter type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Who do y'all think have more creative kills?
More creative kills?
Creative kills. Who would y'all give to more creative kills?
I mean, I don't think anybody had like super creative kills, but I would say, I mean, Wick, just because Wick is more, it's because it's choreographed. So to speak. I mean, they both of course, the fight scenes are choreographed, but his he choreographed with the guns. Behind it.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? It's like on some old So I'm just dancing with the guns.
Yeah, the gun fu. Yeah.
I would say John Wick
Like-
had more of the more interesting kills. Like I'll give you an example, which I really like. When he went in John Wick 1, he was chasing Theon in the hotel, like in the bar scene, in the pool or some shit. And the big ass Russian dude get out the pool and grabs John. John shoots him in the foot and then shoots him in the chest a couple times and in the head. Those are the interesting kills, the way he kills people that way. I you know what I'm saying? I think he does that a lot. You know what I'm saying? So with the 2 to the chest, 1 to the head, that type shit. He's more tactical. You can see how he moves through, like even through like in 3.
I'll say we gotta change those words around.
We talk about
more tactical. Hell no. Nah. John Wick is I'm walking through the front door type of dude. No.
No, he's more tactical.
I mean, just because he gets out of it don't mean tactical. No, Jason Bourne ain't gonna do that. Jason Bourne's smart. Jason Bourne's gonna be like, yo, I got a meeting set up with Landy at 3:00. Everybody goes to the meeting. Guess what? I go run up in the building and steal the files. You know what I mean? Because y'all all think I'm over there. I'm over here. And it's funny. And actually, Ron, right on point. Like Jason Bourne shoots in the sky, raise the birds, throw off the hearing of the point. No. John Wick is not tactical at all.
Jason Bourne is misdirection. That's what it is. He's really good at misdirection.
Jason Bourne walked to the comics, saw him right off the jump, like, yo, you working? Yes, like he walks in the front door. And his
on that but Common didn't know what he was there for. So he didn't.
I'm just saying that's not tactical though. Tactical would have been like, I'm gonna sneak in, kill his broad, and get up out of there.
He did.
But John Wick can't.
He did not sneak in. He got out of it. That's the whole reason
he was hiding in plain sight.
He got his price put on his head because they all knew he killed the girl. Bourne would have got.
He got the price put on his head because he killed the dude at the hotel.
What? No. Before that, because he was trying to kill the dude. Because after he killed the girl, everybody knew Wick killed him. The guy put a bounty on John Wick's head. John Wick had to fight back and do the shit. Go to the Bowery King, whatever, to get to the dude. Trust.
Because he was hiding out.
What I'm saying is, Jason Bourne would have gotten in there and killed them without. That's what he was trained to do. He's a trained assassin. Like Wick is an assassin. I guess he is trained in his skills, whatever.
That's why they call him Bobby Yaga.
Yeah, but Jason Bourne is trained in the black ops. Like he's trained to not be seen. Like boom, when he murdered the people in Germany, I think in the hotel, because he went to the daughter, was like, yo, I killed your parents. Like they did it. He set up murder suicide. Like when he kills people, you don't know he killed them. So tactical is the wrong word.
Tactical is the way he moves. Military is tactical, where the way they hold their guns and move in formation. You know, the way they use the elements. That's tactical. Like you wear tactical gear, you hide out, all that stuff. John Wick in 2, he wouldn't have killed. The reason why he was able to get to the lady because Common didn't think he was there to kill her. He was like, "You working? Yeah, I'm working." He didn't know he was. But when he figured out, you just killed my liege or whatever. Then it was on. That's when his cover was blown, and that's when he was already set up by the people to do the job because they tried to kill him right then and there. Mm-hmm. That's why. But John Wick, he was sneaking up on people all the time. You know what I'm saying?
That's why they call him Bobby Yaga.
Yeah, and people were trying to sneak up on him, and guess what? They couldn't.
Nah.
But honestly, if you can do this, if you can scale walls, then you can sneak up on anybody.
But he snuck up to a certain point. He just snuck up to the point where it'll be like, all right, I'm here now, but now everybody knows I'm here. Like that's not Bourne is I'm gonna sneak up, kill you, sneak out. But you're right, because I looked up tactile. You're right. He is more tactile. And also when you as an adjective, it says tactile is you describe somebody as tactile, that means they tend to touch other people a lot. Mm-hmm. So guess what? Yeah. Motherfucking John Wick touches, talks, smiles in the camera. Like he lets everybody know he's there. So yes, you're right. But I'll say Bourne is way more strategic. That's all I mean.
Yeah, I think it's really hard to say. I think it depends on the scenarios that they're in. I think John Wick is definitely, if he's on a mission that he has to do, John Wick is definitely going to prepare. Where Bourne is going to prepare, but his mission is more about misdirection, so that people don't even know he's coming through the front door because he's going to misdirect them to look out the back door. Not to say that John Wick can't do that as well, but we did talk about uh, who has the kills. So honestly, I do lean towards John Wick. I think John Wick has crazier kills, but I cannot deny some of this stuff that Bourne was using to kill some of these people. I mean, he's using a book here. I mean, this is some creative shit. And Bourne was constantly doing this through all of the Bourne movies. It wasn't like he did it in one and he stopped. And every one, two, three, and four, he's always coming up with a different way to kill people, from a shower curtain to a towel. Like we were saying it, a book. Keanu Reeves is the guns and knives, but he gets more creative with the kill of the gun and knives. So it's really hard to say which one I lean on. I think Bourne is creative when it comes to using objects around him, but I think Keanu is more creative when it comes to the choreography of the action. But the action that Bourne uses looks more realistic, where the action that we're seeing in Wick looks more stylistic. Does that make more sense?
It makes sense. But John Wick did kill somebody with, he killed a 7'4" giant with a book in the library.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, I
he
get
did.
That was a good one.
That was dope.
Yeah, he got stabbed in the shoulder in the process, yo. And that's the thing, you know. And we all, I mean, you know, y'all hear us talking about it. We love these movies. I mean, they're movies that you can. They're timeless movies. Everybody's going to watch them when they come on TV. Yeah. And I think you said it best at the beginning, Corey. It depends what mood you're in. Like some days, like when John Wick's on, they'll run them all back to back. Guess what I'm watching? John Wick. Same thing with Jason Bourne. They run it back to back, watching them all. You know what I'm saying?
So I did something, fellas. I did a simulation. I did a simulation through AI, and I told them, I gave them all the information on John Wick, gave them all the information on Jason Bourne, their hand-to-hand combat weapons, a whole nine. And I had them run the simulation for me 1,000 times to see who came out on top and who won the most in this simulation. Who do y'all think won the most?
Well, if you put in that John Wick can survive getting shot and dropped off a building, then I'm gonna say John Wick.
Well, I did not put that in there, but everything else went in there, but not that. So John Wick wins the most. Out of 1,000 times, John Wick wins 574 times, and Jason Bourne wins 426 times. So John Wick wins 58%. I'm sorry, 57%. Bourne wins 43%. So that's what the computer simulation said. But the computer was very specific to give this note. Jason Bourne is a formidable opponent, and depending on the environment, it can easily be Jason Bourne because he takes the environment to his advantage. So they said it just depends where they are.
Yeah. And I think, I mean, I'm going to say it again. I said it at the beginning, yo. And it's funny because as much as I hammer Wick on the comic book shit, when it comes
that's
out,
probably what the suit probably got calculated in there too.
I'm in the middle of talking, Nick.
Yeah, go ahead, Al. I'm sorry. I should have pinned that. I meant to highlight it. I'm sorry.
Don't respect me, you know. I'll tell you. But between us talking all this shit about like the Marvel shit, Jason Bourne has steroids. He's got the super steroids that he got for the physical and the mental. Like he take a green pill and a blue pill. They stopped it because they don't even need to take the pills no more. Mm-hmm. They done injected him with so much shit. So he's basically a super soldier, yo. Like, and
he is.
It's always gonna be Jason Bourne, yo, to me.
Okay. I mean, before I ran the simulation, me personally, I thought it was going to be Jason. I thought Jason Bourne was going to edge him out by like 1 or 2%. And the only reason I said that is because of the hand-to-hand combat and Jason Bourne's improvisation in any situation I thought was going to lend into him. But I think the computer was looking at that damn bulletproof suit and those long-range weapons that John Wick tends to use. It's like the advantage of Jason Bourne getting that close, the computer just didn't look at it that he would be as successful. But see, I disagree because I know Jason Bourne is about misdirection. So he would misdirect John Wick in order to get close, in order to be able to have it to his advantage. But either way, the computer thought John Wick though. But either way, I think it's really a coin toss. It really is a coin toss.
Yeah. And shout out to Road Trips 3. He said Keanu. Keanu. I said Keanu. Wrong movie, yo. Yeah, they had it won't red and blue. It was I forgot it was green but it might be blue.
Yeah, what?
It was green and blue. I
don't know because they showed what it was. We found out like, damn, this dude's a super soldier. They was like medically engineering these folks, man, brainwashing them the whole nine. It was crazy, yo. They was Captain America before Captain America.
Yeah. For sure.
But look, this is a great. Does anybody have anything else to say or anything we want to run through before we
go through? Nicholas says, "Yo, he looked it up on Google. John Wick wins. I guess he went to the same AI you did, yo.
Google's always right.
Whatever, yo. Shout out to Patty, Team Bourne. You know what I mean? Always Team Bourne in the building.
Yeah, Bourne, yo. I love Bourne. Absolutely.
And then I don't give Patty a second because she's right. James Bond was fun in the 60s, yo. I mean, of course, there was a lot of actors after it, but James Bond, is he the original Bourne, the original Wick?
Yeah. He had all the gadgets, weaponry.
Yeah.
But he was a ladies' man, too, yo. He bagged some women out there, yo. So let me ask y'all a question. So, we talked about John Wick, talked about Jason Bourne. Is there another movie trilogy out there?
Let's not get into all that, man. I'm not. Phenom, I got you, player. We got you on some. We're not just trilogies, but just as far as some other shit. I do want to just give a shout out because we just. John S says he likes to tie back to the Warriors and 4 as far as the Warriors coming out to play because everybody was coming out to Wick like the different gangs. He had to go across the city, like he had to fight like Phenom say first Boban, the 7-foot motherfucker, and everybody. I mean, you know what I mean.
Yeah, all the hitmen were getting the notes on their watch.
Yeah, and 3. That was 3 actually. Yeah, he said 4, but 3. That's when they was like he was going through the subway, like the Asians or this that. Like everybody was coming after his ass.
Yeah.
Now I didn't mean to step on your toes, Phenom. I might have you might have something different, but I was just gonna run through these comments real quick. So real quick, Chicago Cubs dropped a trifecta on us outside of the Bournes and John Wick. First one. Steven Seagal, Jean-Claude Van Damme. Let's go. Now these two. Let's go.
I'm giving it to Jean-Claude all day. All day. Steven Seagal. That's Steven Seagal just fucking with some stuntmen and taking it to his advantage. He can't do any of that shit in real life to somebody that really knows how to do that shit. Jean-Claude will fuck his ass up. He try to pull that shit on him. Steve Seagal is not beating anybody with his fat ass walking around with a ponytail.
Yeah. Look, man, I would say this though. I would say Jean-Claude because I'm looking at his action movies. He had a nice run, yo. From Cyborg, Kickboxer, Lionheart, Death Warrant, Double Impact, Universal Soldier, Bloodsport, Time Cop. We ain't gonna talk about Street Fighter. Sudden Death. Yeah, he had a nice run from the late 80s and 90s, yo. And I think Steven Seagal, all his movies was the same, yo.
Yeah. I mean, I'm definitely giving this to Jean-Claude. Jean-Claude, this
yeah, that was the thing.
Steven Seagal had the same move. Like that motherfucker ain't move. Like Corey, like his pot belly ass and ponytail. Like he can't do shit. He was like if he had to move more than 3 feet in diameter, it was a
For real.
like, he's like I
You
just
never
sit right
saw
here.
Steven Seagal lift his leg
Lazy action star
ever.
I don't know. Did he ever run in the movie? I'm trying to think if I ever seen him run.
He never ran and he never lifted his legs. So
Yeah.
if you wasn't standing right next to him for him to grab you, you can kick his ass. You can run circles around him all day long.
Yeah. So I'm definitely going John Cloud. I think we all went John Cloud on that. 3-0. Sweet.
Yeah.
Next one. Bruce Lee versus Chuck Norris.
Wow. That's a good one. But I gotta give it to Bruce Lee. I gotta give it to Bruce Lee. That's a good one though.
And I only say that. I mean, I love Chuck.
Are we talking Texas Ranger Chuck Norris? Nah, I'm just playing.
Chuck Norris like had the MIA movies, like Mission in Action movies.
Yeah, he had the Mission in Action. I think
he even had a cartoon at one time.
I think Bruce. I love everything Bruce Lee. I mean, I think his movies are very entertaining and fighting styles. I mean, they're way more memorable than Chuck Norris movies.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like I'm pretty sure you can't tell me one plot line to Mission in Action outside of him saving people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Chuck Norris was like a combination of trying to be Bruce Lee and Rocky. It just he couldn't pick a lane. It just, but not no shade on Chuck Norris though. But I mean Chuck Norris is Chuck Norris.
But my favorite Chuck Norris movie is Firewalker with him and Lou Gossett Jr. And Billy Bear from 48 Hours, yo.
It's like in my head I see it, but I'm trying to find.
I do not remember that. How you remember that, Venus?
No, I watched that movie a million times. They had this like white lady in it, like him and Lou Gossett. They were like Indiana Jones type dudes, yo. Know what I'm saying? Like doing different bits. They end up going to Mexico. It's a crazy movie, but
it's like it sounds familiar, but I can't.
What does Chuck Norris claim to fame anyway?
I mean, he was a karate man. He did real karate. Well, I should say real karate. He won like tournaments and stuff before.
He won tournaments. Okay.
Yeah, like he was like actually like trained in karate. It wasn't like he just like So
well, that's okay. That makes sense of why he was doing those martial arts movies because he was why his name was so big. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You know what they say? Chuck Norris don't flush the toilet. Scares shit out of it. Wow. That's the greatest thing about Chuck Norris is all the Chuck Norris jokes, yo. Like Chuck Norris jokes are the funniest jokes on earth. So they like dad jokes on steroids. But I'm with y'all too. This might be another clean. I mean, not might be. It is gonna be another clean sweep. Bruce Lee, of course, is
Into the Dragon.
And Bruce Lee fought Chuck Norris in the movie. It was Bruce Lee's movie, so of course he had to get the win. He had to get the W. So I ain't don't hold that against Chuck. But Bruce Lee will fight 1,000 motherfuckers with a pair of nunchucks. Like them motherfuckers just come.
And Bruce Lee's done something that is still being mimicked and imitated to this day. Like his style of fighting, people still you can't get away from it. So
I mean, if you ever seen Warrior, the TV show Warrior is based on Bruce Lee.
It's real good. Yeah, Max. Yeah, it's real good.
And you can tell his fighting style, like the guy Andrew, whatever, like our son. He really looks like Bruce Lee in it.
He does.
You know what I'm saying? Warrior,
great.
You haven't seen that. Now. Warrior is on Netflix right now. So good, so enjoyable. So
great. And this last one is probably
a good one.
The dearest to my heart. I guess Corey probably seen it too. Like this is this is like this was gonna be hard for me, yo.
It's gonna be tough.
Sylvester Stallone versus Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Get through the chopper. Oh man!
I mean, you want to jump on this first, or Corey? Which one? Who want to jump on it first?
Man, this is gonna be tough, man. This is really, really tough because I'm doing action. Okay, I'm just dealing with action. I'm not talking about when Sly Stallone tried to do them funny movies and Kindergarten Cop, Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'm talking about action.
Yeah.
Oh man, this is tough, yo. Oh man, this is tough. This is tough. This is real.
I'm thinking about the movies I like because I loved, Predator.
Oh, and I also love.
And I love Rambo. I love the first
Rambo,
Rambo. I watched
Rambo.
that.
Yeah, and I
All
love
the time.
Rocky.
And Sylvester Stallone got some sleepers too in there, like Cobra.
Cobra, man.
Yeah, that's a
Tango and
good
Cash.
joint. He had to,
Cobra's great.
yeah. When he was in that car, like fucking around with people,
Arnold
like
Schwarzenegger's got Conan and Predator.
What was the movie when Sylvester Stallone was in prison? Was that Locked Up? Locked something? Locked
when he
In?
had to break out.
I think
yeah.
so.
I'll look it up.
Yeah, and then Sylvester Stallone he got some okay ones like Cliffhanger, Over the Top, but he's still got. This is tough, man. This is tough. You know, I'm naming more Sylvester Stallone, Sly Stallone, so I'm gonna go with Sly Stallone, man. And the reason why I say that is because I think I got to give it to because Sly Stallone has created iconic characters, like fictional characters that are just when you hear the name. You know exactly who they are, and
it is rare that you say that. There's not a lot of people who, in my mind, actors. When I think Sly Stallone, you can either think John Rambo or Rocky.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Rocky
He got
Rambo.
Yeah, he got two of them.
Yeah, he got two. So I would give it to Sly Stallone.
And can you know what Schwarzenegger's name was in Commando?
No, I
don't even remember.
Me neither.
I don't know. Yeah.
What was his name in Predator? You might know.
I think it was Dutch. Was it?
No,
that wasn't Dutch.
Dutch was the man that died.
Carl Weathers?
Yeah, I think Carl Weathers was Dutch. He might have been.
God, what was his name? I'm about to look it up right now. What was his name?
I'm looking at right now. No, it was Dutch. My bad.
Oh, there you go. You was right.
Oh,
Course.
Yeah. Carl Weathers was Dylan. Dutch and Dylan. That's why I got mixed up. Yeah. It was Dutch.
My man Corey coming through in the clutch.
Yeah.
Dutch.
And you're right. Arnold Schwarzenegger's played in great movies, but we don't remember that character name.
But I will say, I mean, I don't go to not so far as names. I mean, he does have like an iconic name, like Conan, the Barbarian, Conan the Destroyer, Conan the Conqueror. Like he got some
all those. Yep.
But then there'd be like Terminator, where he's like the T-100. I don't know. Like I'm with you there. Like that's probably what he got, man.
Yeah. T-100 is probably the one.
I don't even know if he's got. Like I don't even know if that's the real name of that robot. I just made it up because I think your boy was the T-1000 later on.
It's you know what? Let's go to Terminator and see what they called it in the movie. Let's see here. Let me pull it up real quick.
Yeah, I get to oh god.
I know because it's sad. I want to give it to Arnold though.
But see what it because Sly is always on win for me. He
was just called the Terminator.
Oh, he was just called the Terminator.
Yeah, in the movie he's listed as the Terminator.
Sly's always a win for me just because of Rocky, even though Rocky isn't really an action movie, but it is action enough for it's not an action movie though, like you know what I mean. But if it came down to if it just came down to straight fighting, I'll go Arnold, but fuck it, y'all. It's always gonna be Sly to me, just because Sly, like you said, that was a good call though. He actually has like John Rambo, Rocky,
two iconic fictional characters,
and people they built a motherfucking statue of his ass.
Yeah.
They made a fake person and put a statue up for his ass. So
that is from
the city, yo. He ain't even from Philly.
No, he ain't even from
Philly. That's true. That's true. They should have put a statue up of Joe Frazier. That's what they should have put a statue up. He's from Philly, and he's a real boxer. But yeah, Arnold's got great movies though. I mean, you're right. Conan, Predator, Terminator.
Predator was great. R.I.P. Carl Weathers.
Yeah, man.
Carl Weathers had one of the best deaths ever on film because when he was shooting the gun and when the Terminator cut off his arm and the gun was still shooting like when that shit falling down, I was like, I thought that was like one of the best things I ever seen on TV. It's sad to say because it was kind of brutal and bloody, whatever. But just to see the arm falling off, the gun was still shooting like.
That was
like,
crazy.
Oh shit, that was crazy to me.
Actually, had two iconic deaths: his death in Rocky IV.
Carl Weathers knew how to die.
If he dies, He does.
Living in America.
Yeah.
No, you know it's over when you go like this, so you can't move the nigga hands.
I know. He was like,
Yeah,
Nah.
that's it.
This ain't the fight for me, yo.
Yeah,
what
that's
I'm
when
saying?
they should have like, you know what? I think we need to reconsider this fight. But
Yeah.
that was good. Yeah. Well, this has been great, man. Let's see if there's anything else we need to touch on before we close this.
I do got a series, and this third one wasn't the greatest.
I do want to say, Elizabeth, I'm definitely sorry that we missed this.
Isabel, because
Isabel, I'm sorry,
I don't
Isabel Leisure.
know.
Make sure I say that. I'm sorry, Isabel Leisure. Thank you so much. Y'all forgot Keanu Reeves was 49 when he started the John
And that's
Wick
why we
series.
don't need a John Wick 5, yo.
Wow.
That's the real reason why we don't need a John Wick 5. 4 was the creme de la creme. That's it. But he's gonna be like almost 60 years old.
It's the reason why he never runs. He just kind of does that thing. He
trots.
does that little
That
job.
trot, like,
He be like
that.
I ain't mad at it because it do look cool. And you always got he got the dog next to him. He just be like,
He run like his feet hurt, yo.
we're all about it.
They probably do at 49 because by the time he did John Wick 4, he probably was what 57 or something.
Yeah, he definitely.
His feet is all fucked up.
Yeah.
Shout out Count. I mean, that motherfucker was Bill, Ted, one of them motherfuckers.
You know, he's come a long way, man. If somebody would have ever told me that Bill would have ever made it and be this guy, like, you got to give it. Keanu Reeves has created a fictional character the same way Rocky has. He is John Wick. You know, like when people say John Wick, you think of Keanu Reeves. Like, boom, there's nobody else.
That supersedes pretty much everything he did before that for some reason, yo.
And now I get to him as far as I wouldn't have never guessed it because
I would have never guessed it.
Because I'm it's don't sound rough, but Keanu Reeves sucks, yo.
He is not the best actor. No way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very monotone.
Okay,
but I'm actually this.
We gotta get this bus above 60 miles per hour. That motherfucker can't act.
I gotta push back on
Acting
is not all about lines, yo. You know what I'm saying? It's about
delivering lines. You're right. It's not about the lines. It's about delivering.
Because
he delivers the same way every time.
He can just look at you, and boom. Even Keanu, when he played like Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure or whatever, he played a surfer. Well, he played like a valley boy. And Point Blank, I just watched Point Break the other day, and he shouldn't be. He really can't act back then. He was just a face show. You know what I'm saying? And I love Point Break. Patrick Swayze carried the movie.
Yeah, I was about to say Patrick Swayze definitely carried that.
Yeah, and the Matrix, he really didn't talk that much in the Matrix, or he talked just like he did in John Wick.
The Matrix was perfect
no
for
inflection.
him. Yes,
Johnny Mnemonic, same way.
Blue Pill.
Yeah.
He's like,
Eric just said Johnny Mnemonic. Yeah, same.
All these people, they're like worshiping me. I don't know. That's it. Like, that's all you get.
Yeah,
like that's some of the Matrix. Like people, hey. Like,
yeah, he's that's
him.
That's spot on, yo.
For him to last this long, is a motherfucking miracle, yo. And I mean, it's a testament to his work, I guess. I don't know. He know how to pick a script. That's it. He know how to pick the winners, yo. That's talent. That's a talent. Yeah. That's a talent in itself. So I'm not even mad at it.
You got to have the right people that surround you and an agent that knows how to get the scripts that are best for you. And you just shine in those. And Keanu figured out very early on from Speed, he was like, this is the route I need to go. Yeah. Once he did Speed, he was like, action. I need to be the next generation of an action hero. I don't have to say a lot, but I can do a lot. And I can train my ass off. And he put a lot of work into his training. And it shows. So, but as far as his acting, nope. Yeah, he's still the same.
He's just like a rapper that picks good beats, like a trash ass rapper that pick good beats. But that's a talent though, because it's good. It's motherfuckers that can rap for real. They pick trash beats. You know what I mean?
Trash beats. Yeah.
So he's just a trash rapper. He's like, yo, you know what? But I got the ear. Like I know what the people want. If it sounds good, Keanu Reeves. He know what the people want and what looks good on film. He's like, yo. That's the one, so I ain't mad at him. Yo. That is a talent.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm looking at his filmography.
He's very one note.
I don't know. The Devil's Advocate was really good though. He actually showed a little act with him and Al Pacino.
That was all Al Pacino, yo.
So,
that movie's all Al Pacino, yo.
He
I watched
showed
that shit like I can't say recent. It was like last year, yo.
I watched it recently, and I didn't think he was that bad in it.
I mean, he's never like no, he was bad. It was his wife. It was the wife and Al Pacino carried that movie, yo.
I mean, Al because he was the devil. Yeah, Al Pacino's Al Pacino. He's like, you're gonna knock with shine. Well, I'm looking at it. There's nothing. That's the only movie that stand out outside of the Wick series. I mean,
The Matrix.
Constantine.
Constantine.
Yeah, that shit was bad. I like it though. I mean, because I just like stupid shit, but I like it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a superhero, so that's why I like it.
Yeah, it was cool.
A lot of people don't know that it's based off a comic, Constantine.
Yeah.
But yeah, John, he's one note. He's one note, and he knows it, and he's like, "Fuck it, this is me." And they get him for that to be him.
Yeah.
When he's playing John Wick, he's really playing himself. Honestly, I don't think he's playing another character. I think he's playing himself in a way.
Yeah. So somebody said Quincy 33 says, I have a friend that played hockey against Keanu Reeves as a teen. He was damn good goalie. Not good enough to go pro, but damn good. So shout out to Keanu. I can believe that though, because the way he's moving it in Wick, even though like he does the little slow run, but I mean he's 49 to 59. Like
but the way he moved in the Matrix.
Yeah, I mean, so you can tell he got a little athleticism to him. So
he got
I can believe that for sure.
Yeah.
And also Quincy named one more who I think is a good one. I forgot. Tom Cruise's Jack Reacher was cool.
I was going to say Jack Reacher. Yeah. I need a third one. I just literally watched Jack Reacher Never Goes Back like Monday.
Yeah, and this might be an unpopular opinion. I think the first Jack Reacher is better than the Mission Impossibles. I like the first Jack Reacher a lot.
Oh,
I think it's better than all the Mission Impossibles.
I mean, Mission Impossibles. I mean, now you talking about jumping the shark.
I mean, they wild out in that. They definitely wild out Mission Impossible. They do all types of crazy. But I like Mission Impossible movies. I mean, they're good movies, yo. But Jack Reacher, the first one was cool. And I'm more of a person that's kind of, I mean, of course, the movies and they not real, but kind of grounded in reality. Like Jack Reacher is more grounded in reality to me. You know what I mean? Like even the fight scenes, of course, like no normal person can beat up like 5 people at once. But at least it kind of looks realistic. And he'll be telling me like, yo, don't do that. Like, you better stay over there. Yeah. He's like, yo, you're gonna run. I'm gonna break your arm. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's funny, but but when it happens, I was like, oh, that does look like it could happen. Like it happened just like he just said it was gonna happen.
Yeah. And I think I agree with you. I like the Jack Reacher movies better than the Mission Impossible movies. Ethan Hunt, jumping out of the airplane. Now he's the one jumping out of fucking airplanes and shit like that with no parachute. But
for real.
But no, the Jack Reacher, even the last one, like I love the way he breaks it. It's like Sherlock Holmes who can fight for real type shit. Like he's saving the day, figuring out these cases, and the villains be the villains, yo. What y'all think about the Equalizer franchise?
I like the Equalizer franchise. The last one, I've watched them all. The last one, I think they were really it was, I hate to say it, but it felt like a cash grab. It's like they were pulling to try to figure out another way to get him to do another mission. And I was like, this doesn't even make any sense. But the first one, going into the second one, I think is great. I think everyone after that is them trying to figure out Denzel to have another way of doing it. But I think Denzel's character is fucking dope, though.
Yeah, I enjoyed the Equalizer trilogy. Even the last one, I feel Corey though it was kind of a stretch. I mean, this is just trying to put him in major. I mean, that's just trying to put him in a position to be the Equalizer.
Right. That's what
I mean. That's so the movie really didn't tie into the other two, so to speak. But I do like the movie though. I like how he was over there in Italy or whatever, like how they ingrained him into the community, and he did his thing. So the Equalizer, I mean that it's a good trilogy. The first one was fire though. The first one was definitely fire when he's working there and he saved the girl. Like, that first scene, well, I should say not the first scene, but the first fight scene when he went to try and pay for the girl to buy out of the prostitution.
Yeah.
And it was like, no, laughed him out the room. And once he locked that door, it was like, boom. Boom. Like when they did,
and he did his little watch thing.
10 seconds,
Yo, now that shit was fire. It was a minute since I seen something like that. Honestly, it did remind me of the Sherlock Holmes. But Sherlock Holmes used to tell you exactly what's like this.
You're right.
That. Remember, like when they were fighting, that's what it was kind of like. Because he kind of like looked that around, like, and it kind of showed it. But they didn't go in like detail what he was gonna do. So to speak, you know what I mean. But once he set that clock,
I completely forgot about that. Yes, with the one with Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, Robert Downey. But once he clocked that door and set that watch, I was like, what? And that got me hooked. That's all I really need. Like that right there, hook, line, and sinker for me.
Yeah. And I agree. I think 3 has too many slow-mos in it, I'm like they slowed down the action too much in it. But it was a decent movie. I like 1. I definitely like 2. I hated the young boy in it. Like he's the worst actor in the history of acting. I don't know how he still gets gigs. Yeah, the dude that was kept painting, he saved his life and all that shit.
Oh my God. Yeah, the guy in Wu-Tang.
But I like the premise of
you now remember 2.
His best friend got killed. Like he got killed in Paris or whatever. And that kind of set him off, and it was an inside job. I love that. I mean, that's that fight scene on the water in Massachusetts or whatever, where he was stalking people. You know what I'm saying? And setting up traps for them. I love that. But and then somebody just brought up, Jason Statham.
Yeah, I mean, he has
what was that, Transporter or just
Transporter?
Every Jason Statham movie is the same
every
movie
he has.
He definitely is like the same character. He's on some Keanu Reeves type shit, but I will say I like him better than Keanu Reeves just because he has more personality.
Really?
I mean, as far as acting,
yes, he does.
I mean, Keanu Reeves definitely has the better movies, but I mean, Jason Statham movies. I mean, they're in the same lane as far as. He's gonna be the same character in all the movies. But he just has a little bit more personality with it. He gets a little bit witty, a little bit funny. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right, because he's able to do that in the Expendables. He's able to do it in all his Transporter movies, The Beekeeper, the Megalodon, the Meg, the Meg. So he's got more personality.
Yeah, he has.
I didn't think I thought The Beekeeper was really campy, but I loved every single minute of it. You know what I'm saying?
I haven't heard any bad things about The Beekeeper.
You've never seen it yet?
I haven't. I didn't make it. I didn't make it to the movie theater and check it out. But everybody I've come around was like, "Yo, this shit's good."
I didn't even know it came out in movies.
Yeah.
I didn't know it came out in movies because it's like on Amazon or whatever for free.
Yeah, it went to Amazon like 2 days later.
Okay, I thought it was that's funny. I thought it was an Amazon movie. Now I will say, if I saw Beekeeper in the movie theater, I'd probably be mad. I'd be like, man, I pay for this shit. But it's not a bad movie. It's a streaming movie. It's a Netflix movie. It's what I mean. Netflix movies, they're like movies, but it's like, but I would pay for this? Probably not. Am I mad I'm watching it? Not at all. Like I'm enjoying myself watching it. But no, I would.
But what makes the movie so good? This is why I love Jason Statham and these type of movies, because like he's intentional with his killing. Like in The Beekeeper, he could have let somebody go, but he didn't. Like with the dude, I know in the trailer you see him tie somebody to a truck and throw him off the cliff into the water. He kind of punished dude before he did that, But the premise of the movie, is I like the premise of it because
you can spoil it. I mean, you can because I'm.
It's just like
it's not a good enough.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It ain't nothing.
I'm just saying
these movies. They all.
I mean, I just said it ain't a good enough movie to go into.
No, it's not. Just
we have to break it down. Like we don't trust me. You watch it.
Somebody scamming his friend.
You don't hit us up a group chat like, yo, let's break that Beekeeper down.
No, not at all. Like, it's a fun watch. Just to
there you go.
See him kill people, and the asshole gets it. That's how it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, no, I mean, it's a lot of good. I mean, obviously we love.
Somebody just throw up a real good one.
Yeah, I think you've seen it too. Go ahead,
dude,
hit it up there.
We have to go. All right.
Oh, okay, I see it. Yeah.
Yep, that's one. Yeah. Man, that's a great one.
And these two movies, these two characters are kind of in the same type of.
John McClane is Jason Bourne ish. More Jason Bourne.
Nah, he ain't. He's
more
John McClane.
I mean, he
Die Hard.
I mean, he does some crazy.
In comparison to Martin Riggs, Martin Riggs is more like he's not tactical at all.
Oh no, you're talking about that. I was just thinking about like the level of what they do. Shit, like
no. I'm just talking about
because I mean, yeah, John McClane fought some CIA people, but they was dumb CIA people. Like you know, I mean, John McClane is like both of these people to me is more grounded in reality, even though they do some silly like. Of course, it would never happen in real life shit, or like they would even survive in real life shit. But it just seems like they're both more grounded. And this is a good one, man.
This is a really good one. This is a really good one. Both of them have franchises, two characters that we don't even have to know the actors. That's how good they are. We don't even have to know the actors. Everybody knows who John McClane is. Everybody knows who Riggs is. So these, man, this is tough. Oh man, this is a tough one. But
Debbie
I'm going to give it to John McClane. I'm going to give it to John McClane. I'm going to go John McClane.
Good.
That's a tough one.
I like Martin Riggs. I like his characters better than John McClane. I mean, I like Die Hard 1, 2, 3, but I like all the Lethal Weapons.
I like the one with Sam Jackson.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
I think it's Die Hard with Vengeance. I think that's the one. I can't remember.
I can't remember that. I remember it. Yeah, one Sam was real good. And actually, and y'all don't hate me. It was silly, yo. I like the last one, like Live and Die Free, whatever shit. When the helicopter came down, when he had his daughter's boyfriend, like the dude, always kind of like the dirty dude. I thought that was pretty. I enjoyed it. It wasn't the greatest movie on earth, but I liked it. So
yeah, for what it was. Okay.
Yeah, John McClane, he's the man. I'm just gonna go. Yeah, Riggs too. I'm a Lethal Weapons, this crazy franchise, and just in general, I just think Riggs would take McClane out. Like Riggs, and that's not my bad. I put it on your early. Martin Riggs is just more cray. He is Martin Riggs, and McClane is. I mean, you say he's like a little bit more strategic, but he isn't really strategy for real.
No, he uses his environment.
Yeah. But
and he's doing things out of necessity because he has to, like he ain't crazy just in regular life. Riggs is.
Yeah, Riggs is crazy. Riggs is wild. He a wild man from the get-go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So because Riggs, I mean, let's be real, yo, he was suicidal, like basically all the movies. Like, I mean, he was literally suicidal. Like, he's about to kill himself type of deal. So he ain't give a fuck. He was like, So Riggs would definitely win to me.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, we got a lot of good stuff in here. So we're gonna have to kind of do another.
Eric Brown.
We got to do another one with like another versus because this is Baskin Robbins versus Ben and Jerry's. That's like Dunkin' Donuts or Krispy Kreme.
Yeah,
it's always gonna be Baskin Robbins because you can afford Baskin Robbins. You ever see how much a pint of Ben and Jerry's costs?
Yeah, this is like
I've never seen that.
That should be like
Baskin Robbins held me down.
Them little cups, them should be like $5. I'm like, what the fuck happened to ice cream?
Yeah. I'm gonna go with Baskin Robbins. So let me ask you guys: Dunkin' Donuts or Krispy Kreme?
Krispy Kreme, it ain't no question. Well, I'll say
the hot sign go up.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's always the
hot sign.
What's the word I'm looking for? The criteria is once that hot sign goes up, it's always Krispy Kreme. Like if the hot sign is on, that's what it is.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Kreme here too.
But if they both cold, it don't matter. The donut's a donut. When that hot sign is on, Lord have mercy. Man, I remember one time, back in my younger days when I was
cars be lined up down the block when that hot sign is on. But go ahead.
back in my younger days when I was doing shit I shouldn't have, and I had the munchies, yo. Me and this dude, we got off work, yo. We got to leave work early, so we went home. You know, and he participated in some of the finer things in life. Get the munchies. I think we was going to somewhere. I forgot where we were heading to, but he was like, "Yo, he had like a coupon for Krispy Kreme, like 2 dozen donuts for like whatever, like buy one get one free type of deal." And the hot sauce was on, yo. We bought a dozen donuts, yo. We came back to the crib, crushed some shits. Like 2 hours later, yo, my stomach was hurting so bad. Because I just ate like 10 donuts. Like, it was the worst pain. And after that, I was like, yo, now I won't eat more than 2 donuts. Like, no matter what, like, not that you need more than 2, but once I hit 2 donuts, I'm like, never again, yo. Like, literally, my stomach was so fucked up after eating them 10 donuts. And about, it was probably 10 donuts, probably like 20 minutes tops. They were good, though.
But when they're hot, you can just suck them down, like for real.
Yeah, pause.
Suck them down, yo. Oh, come on, yo. I mean, you know what I mean. Like you can just squeeze them and eat them real fast. So here we go. One more before we get Chris Tucker versus Eddie Murphy. I think this is great, but I have to say Eric Brown. It's Eddie Murphy. Do it by leaps and bounds. I mean, Chris Tucker's done great.
If you go back and look at our content, we talk about Eddie Murphy glowingly every single time. We are true Eddie Murphy fans, like king of the 80s, king of comedy. No, it's always gonna be Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, I mean, not to doubt that Chris Tucker is great. I mean, he's funny ass comedian. He's done Friday and the Rush Hours. But just Eddie Murphy, man. I mean, Saturday Night Live, Delirious, Raw, and then you start going to his movies. You got 48 Hours, another 48 Hours, Beverly Hills Cop 1, Beverly Hills Cop 2, Beverly Hills Cop 3, Coming to America, Trading Places. I haven't even finished naming them all. Harlem Nights. There's so many movies. It's just ridiculous for Eddie Murphy. Boomerang. So, and the majority of those movies is just in the 80s. Like he ruled the 80s. So, and all of Eddie Murphy movies when they came out were always in the top 5 of the movies that year. So Eddie Murphy definitely over Chris Tucker. All right.
Krispy Kreme.
Nah, I just got pissed off. If it was Krispy Kreme, it would have been a little bit longer. I would have came back.
10 pounds lighter.
10 pounds lighter.
Oh man. All right. Well, we're going to end this. This has been really good. You guys are giving us a lot of good content here with a lot of the suggestions you guys have put in here. So it's definitely something that we're going to revisit again, but we really do appreciate you guys for hanging with us all this long and giving y'all feedback and y'all thoughts on this. But at the end of the day, there really is no winner between John Wick or Jason Bourne. It really is just whoever you prefer.
There is honestly a winner, yo. There's definitely a winner.
Who? Bourne?
The people are the winner. Yo, the people. Thank you, Phenom. The people are the winner, yo. Thank you to everybody who contributed to both of those film franchises, brightened our lives, enhanced our lives, gave us something to watch, something to entertain us. So shout out to all the film crews, all the studios, and all the whatever.
Yeah, we're going to end it right here, man. Look, thank you guys. If y'all made it this far, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel. We'll be back next week, as always, with another live show.
I think we're doing Tuesday next week.
Tuesday. Yeah, next week we're going to be Tuesday.
That's right. Next week we will be Tuesday. And the reason why is because we're going to be in Vegas. So we're going to do a little early so that we can have some fun out there in Vegas. But yeah, we're going to still give y'all a show, but it will be on Tuesday. That's right. Thank you guys for telling me that. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, we really enjoyed it. Have a good night. I'm Corey Royce, Phenom 202, Hollywood DA, and we'll be back with another one live show. Peace out, y'all.
Yep.
Peace.